The Force is with these films. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Star Wars movies so far.
I am pulling up!
Hold up, if you like Star Wars, make sure to head on over to Mojo Talks, where we have a new segment called Best in Franchise. We're talking about what's the best Star Wars movie, who's the best Star Wars character, we argue, we debate. It's a lot of fun, and if you want to be part of it, click on the link below.
For this list, we're looking at the best Star Wars movies to have been released until this point. Warning, spoilers will be discussed.
How do you know that?
I know because it's me.
Number 10, Star Wars Episode II, Attack of the Clones.
So, my friend, what can I do for you?
You can tell me what this is.
Episode 2 could have been great. Obi-Wan playing Jedi detective is a compelling subplot that allows Ewan McGregor to really make the role his own. All the action from the Coliseum onwards is well shot and exciting, if a bit CGI heavy, and Jango Fett is an actual badass who does badass things, unlike his son Boba, who coasts by on his reputation alone. But in between the seismic charges, Jedi kung fu, and epic battle scenes lies one of the most groan-worthy courtships ever committed to celluloid. Anakin and Padme's love story is filled with cringeworthy moments, and the scenes they share grind the film's pacing to a halt. Still, their romance does have its moments.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Number 9, Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace.
I need a midichlorian count.
When the first Star Wars prequel hit theaters in 1999, reactions were extreme, to say the least. Fans cried foul about midichlorians, got upset at the death of the imposing and fearsome Darth Maul — don't worry, he got better — and criticized young Anakin's acting to the point of practically ruining poor Jake Lloyd's life.
You're a slave? I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Now that enough years have passed, though, people are finally starting to come around to The Phantom Menace, or at least soften their opinions of it. While there's no defending Jar Jar, the film is a fun, if uneven, ride. And that climactic lightsaber battle is still one for the ages. Number 8, Solo, A Star Wars Story.
I waited a long time for a shot like this.
Never tell him the odds! Despite all the behind-the-scenes drama that led up to its release, Solo still manages to be a very fun ride, even if it doesn't exactly redefine the franchise. Bolstered by a rollicking script by Star Wars vet Lawrence Kasdan, and a great supporting cast, Ron Howard's cosmic caper delivers plenty of the action, drama, and humor the Star Wars franchise is known for.
I got a really good feeling about this.
The weakest part of the film may be Solo himself, who, despite an earnest performance by Alden Ehrenreich, is consistently overshadowed by more interesting and charismatic characters. But at the end of the day, Solo is still a great time at the movies.
You in?
That's yes.
Number 7, Star Wars Episode III, Revenge of the Sith.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
George Lucas gains the high ground with the last entry of his prequel trilogy. While still occasionally plagued by awkward dialogue and stiff carbon-like acting, Revenge of the Sith brings Anakin's storyline to a powerful and powerfully tragic close. From the opening space battle to the gut punch of Order 66, to the fiery and emotionally charged Battle of Mustafar, this film definitely scarred a lot of younglings, but it did so with style, grace, and gravitas, literally putting the opera back in space opera.
Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Jedi.
And while Darth Vader's infamous post-transformation exclamation is cheesy, who didn't get goosebumps when they heard that iconic breathing again?
Can you hear me?
Number 6, Star Wars Episode VII, The Force Awakens.
Chewie, we're home.
Yes, Han, we certainly are home. Given the reception of the previous Star Wars trilogy, The Force Awakens definitely had a lot to prove. Luckily, DJay Abrams stepped up to the plate and gave audiences a gripping, rip-roaring yarn full of fun characters, both old and new.
Come on, Chewie!
Harrison Ford delivers his best and ironically liveliest performance as Han Solo, but franchise newcomers Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, and Adam Driver more than hold their own. Sure, the plot is a bit too similar to A New Hope, but there's a reason the original Star Wars movie was so popular. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
Number 5. Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
May the Force be with us.
Set immediately prior to the events of the original Star Wars film, Rogue One depicts a ragtag crew of rebels as they attempt to secure the plans to the Empire's superweapon, the Death Star. The first anthology film to be released, Rogue One had a lot riding on it. And while it certainly was an outlier in terms of tone, it proved a thrilling ride, complete with fantastic battle scenes, gorgeous scenery, and just enough humor.
Did you know that wasn't me?
Of course.
Though it comes to a tragic end, with the crew sacrificing themselves to complete their mission, it's a sacrifice that gives birth to A New Hope. Plus, that Vader hallway fight alone is worth the price of admission. Number 4. Star Wars Episode 6: Return of the Jedi.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47.
It's a trap!
The final installment of the original Star Wars trilogy, Return of the Jedi wrapped up most of the trilogy's plot lines in satisfying fashion, by having the Rebellion take down the Empire's second Death Star, and showing Luke face off against Darth Vader and the Emperor. Though often considered the weakest of the trilogy, the film has a plethora of memorable moments and elements, from Jabba's palace and the speeder bike chase, to Luke and Vader's final duel, and the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. And let's face it, Star Wars would not be the same without Ewoks. Whether it'd be better or not, you tell us. Number 3. Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi.
It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
We feel a great disturbance in the Force. Or is that the comment section? This choice is a controversial one, but bear with us. The second installment in the sequel trilogy, The Last Jedi subverted everyone's expectations by chucking nostalgia over a cliff. Literally. While this may have been upsetting to many people, for others, The Last Jedi represents a new way forward for the franchise, unbound by the past, while also offering some amazing action sequences and a fitting final outing for two of the franchise's most beloved heroes. This may not be the movie we were looking for, but long-term, the franchise might just be all the better because of it.
And I will not be the last Jedi.
Number 2. Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope.
What the hell are you doing?
Somebody has to save our skins.
The one that started it all is still damn near the best. Star Wars was a game-changing film that altered not only the sci-fi genre, giving it new accessibility to general audiences by mimicking the classic hero's journey, but also filmmaking and marketing, in that it featured revolutionary effects and helped create a cultural boom in selling toys and other merchandise.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
The story, characters, settings, lines, and almost everything else on display have become iconic. It was a massive hit when it was released in 1977, but it's since become a pinnacle of popular film and culture.
May the Force be with you.
Number 1. Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
The second Star Wars film manages to raise the stakes on the premise established by its predecessor, while also expanding upon the universe with new diverse locales, its characters by giving them more time to develop, and its lore with the introduction of Yoda and that oh-so-famous plot twist. No! Few sequels manage to equal or surpass their original, but The Empire Strikes Back is one of them. So much so that it's become a byword for it. We love Empire, and so do you.
I love you.
I know.
Top 10 Star Wars movie. Eesh, it's a tough one. But if you like this kind of discussion, head on over to Mojo Talks, where we've got a new segment called Best in Franchise. We're talking about the best movies, the best characters, all Star Wars related. Click on the link below and enjoy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.